Here we are. What's going on? How you doing, man?
What what is up? We're here, bro. We're here, yo. Sorry to be on CPT people time, y'all, but we're here. We're here.
Yeah, it is what it is. So wait, how's your day been today?
Man, I'm really looking forward to this whole week. Looking forward to all the work that these young adults have put into their pitch competitions. And I'm just excited, man. I've looked forward to this for my whole life, man, to really be able to create this type of environment and you have too and just your work with travel and music and really creating safe spaces for people, man. So just super excited for what's to come in the next week here.
Cool. Well, you know what would be smart is if we actually told everybody what this is, because I went right into I went right into just talking about what we're talking about versus like inviting everyone and saying hello and welcome to the MCH virtual weekend and global workforce readiness music festival. Yes. So
Man,
it's finally here. The year has gone by since we did this last year. Last year it was 24 hours a day for 7 days. This year, 7 days. Today will go till 10, and then each day after will be, you know, uh, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So my guest right now is and partner is Mr. Chris Thomas, founder of Your Passion First. That's Your Passion 1st.com. Man, it has been a journey. Chris, tell us a little bit about what you've been up to and a little bit about Your Passion First, as we're going to be fundraising this entire week for Your Passion First. But tell us a little bit about Your Passion First for those who have yet to be introduced to your wonderful spirit.
man, I'm just humble, man. Um, it's been an amazing year. Two things that have really been tough in this year and in life for young adults and the two leading causes of death for young adults ages 15 to 24 are accidental and homicide is number one, and suicide is number two. And at Your Passion First, we're really focused on alleviating those through mental health, through workforce readiness, through entrepreneurship. A lot of these young adults that are on the street that uh, they may not really have anything to live for, right? But that are willing to die for anything is because they don't have a vision, right? There's no plan in life for where they're trying to go, where they're trying to get. For someone that may be dealing with depression and trauma from their past, man, they may not know, right, where they're trying to go and how to get there and what tools and resources they need to get there. And so, one of the secret sauces, and not just for young adults, for anyone to getting through those, to really putting yourself in a position to be better, is putting your passion first. And we've really done our man through long hours, me, Julius, the team, everyone involved, volunteers, of really looking at how do we create those safe spaces for young adults. And so we have an opportunity coming up to do just that for all involved, um, both in person and virtually, this coming Saturday here in Chicago at the Kehrein Center. Just super excited for these young adults. They've been working hard on team projects that you'll see Sunday through Wednesday. But on Saturday, you're going to get a chance to see a little bit of taste of some of these pitches from young adults from around the world. And so the app, download the app, download the app. You're going to hear us say that for the next 7 days. Download the app. Julius,
Yeah. So
tell them more about the app.
Yeah. So for those of you who are not haven't been introduced to the Mikasa Holiday community, and big shout out to all the Mikasa Holidayers and one of our partners, Meetup Go. So we use Meetup Go as our essentially our digital guide for our events, and it will basically has the entire schedule for the entire week. So download Meet App Go, and the access code is MICASA, all lowercase, MICASA. So download wherever you get your apps, Meet App, MEETAPP, Go. Download Meet App Go, and that's where you'll actually also be able to vote for the young adults that you'll be introduced to over the week. You'll also be able to vote for some of the dance and music scene awards. But more importantly, you're going to be able to support young adults and see what they've been working towards and what their passions are. And they'll be competing for 2 categories, one for $1,500 and one for $700. And I think it's going to be pretty interesting this year. Last year was Kehrein Owens who took home the prize. And I believe Jada took the younger 14 through 19. So it's going to be interesting. But Chris, tell us a little bit about like what inspired you to even start a young adults program, and where's your how did your passion like evolve into the program to where you wanted to design it and put yourself forward and be vulnerable, in front of these kids?
Right. Man, thank you for asking. I mean, first off, I always got to give a shout out to my parents, right? For raising me to do the right thing. I didn't always do the right thing, right? But even that being said, the wrong thing I was doing then is actually right now. So there's a lot of things in my life that I've done that I'm not proud of, but the one thing I'm very proud of is finally starting to create a vision for what it is I love and what I felt was going to make an impact, not on me, but most on the people around me. And how do you connect those two together, right? The thing that you love, but then also connect it with community and make an impact. That's what it's all about. And so I wanted to create that safe space for young adults. I spent 11, 12 years in HR and recruiting, and I still do that within our consulting firm. Shout out to Julius on the call and Joe Natal in the background, doing some amazing work with Grow Exponential. But I always saw in that recruiting and kind of hiring and staffing space that there was a lack of connection as we brought people into organizations. And whether it be mental health connection, connecting on different levels, there was even more of a lack of disconnect as we brought young adults into the workforce space, especially when it's young adults that are trying to think about creative new jobs that may not be your traditional jobs, right? That may be a bit outside of the lines. So we really wanted to create a space where we could build a pathway for these young adults, not based on institutionalized and traditional ways of thinking, but how do we let these young adults think about what it is they love and how do they want to craft something out of that and then connect that with their community. And so through our workshops, our young adults have been going through 30 workshops since April, number of different workshops around mental health, workforce readiness, entrepreneurship, project management, financial literacy, marketing, branding, all the things that you need to become either an entrepreneur, right, as Maggie Grace calls it, or an entrepreneur, right, going out and working for yourself. So, man, it's just amazing, just to be able to create that type of environment and to be able to, not think that you have the answer, but create a structure and let the young adults give you the answer of what they feel is needed in the community, man, and what they need for themselves. So hopefully that wasn't the long-winded answer, but I know it was. But man, thank you for letting me kind of put it in a nutshell.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, and I think that part of the reason that I resonated, look right off the bat, well, passion in general. That was the rule in our household, regardless of what we were trying to do. That you had to have passion any way you look at it, right? So, and I think that many people within the Casa Holiday community, passion resonates with them as well. because many of us were kind of the those in our groups, in our friend groups, and our social groups that decided to pursue our passion, or decided to, even if we didn't pursue our passion as careers, we decided to um, definitely not let go of it, right? And immerse ourselves in, whether it be music or art or dance. So many of us, and I thought that's why it was such a glove fit, I should say, when I actually met you. And so, just for everyone out there who's not familiar with Casa Holiday, we produce destination music events. So we've evolved into a travel and music community where it's a huge family of friends that travel around the world, and we essentially organize DJs, artists in exotic locations, and curate tourist attractions all in one, wrapped up into like the ultimate vacation. So, Chris, this was your very first time attending the our special edition Mi Casa Holiday in Tulum, Mexico this year. So, what was it that you were in the year after going through the virtual event, and then literally coming around, hearing about Mi Casa Holiday, and then experiencing it? So, what were you thinking, and then what was it, and how do you feel now?
First of all, I'm gonna be back. That's first and foremost. But secondly, I think what I was thinking originally was like, man, this COVID, what am I about to do? We have this program with the culmination of it coming up. We're about to launch. Like, how is Julius even doing this and that? And I was like, man, I gotta go. I just gotta go. And when I got there, y'all, I haven't been to Mexico since, man, I'm gonna age myself, but I think I kind of let it publicly known the other day. But when I graduated high school in '97, I went away to Mexico, and I don't remember it like this. And it was one of the most amazing experiences around the dopest group of people that I've ever had. And to be able to have it all like ready, prepared for you in the app, right? Where you were going to go. Again, plug for the app. Download the app, meet app, go. For real. I'm dead serious. But to be able to know where you were going to go, how you were going to check in, what time, what were the amenities, what, just what were the extra things that you could do there? Where were the other excursions you could go on? To have it all laid out that way in the most simple way for you, and then to, on top of that, be able to go and be around great people and the most amazing house music from around the world that you will hear from around the world. Man, one of the dopest experiences I've ever had. I'll be back. I'll be there. I'm a lifetimer. So, shout out to everyone that I met. I was a little in my zone there because it was so, I was a first timer, but some of those people have been coming 8 years. And just to meet them and see how they kept coming back, and just the people, man. It's all about the people, creating those commonalities so people from different walks of life can come together and have one experience and share that and break down barriers, man. So shout out to whole Mi Casa family. Thank you.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
It's all right. You got me spotlighted. I'll ask you a question too.
I was
Let me ask
like,
you this.
I'm like
Uh,
more you. I'm like more you. So, yeah. So,
Let me
so
ask you
one,
something, Julius.
yeah,
What are you, after going through it that many years, right? And building something, for building your own community that still exists within a larger eco community or ecosystem. What's been the thing for you that you would say that you've learned, if you could take one thing and then share that to other people as they go out and try and build community? What would you say? Or two things or whatever, what would you say?
wow. Um, I would say, I'd first say, um, to surround yourself with people who lift you up. That's the first thing that I would say. And the reason I say that is because what I've learned is if you surround yourself with people who lift you up, regardless of how large the mountain that you're trying to climb or whatever the challenge is or obstacle, there'll always be someone there to support you and help you see your vision through, right? Many times it doesn't feel like that, but that's the reality of it. And after all these years, even to this to this event that we're in right now, it seems like as I have this tendency to want to provide an experience or experiences that people aren't always, you know, it's not always accessible for people. So, and that's what gets me excited to be able to see what's possible and then to try to do something and create something that people who normally either just it wouldn't be accessible or maybe not necessarily have the full courage to do it or want to put all the effort in to do it. Like just I always want to do it. So you support, make sure you surround yourself with people who lift you up because you're going to need that in that roller coaster of pursuing your passion, which all rolls back around to that. And then when it comes to producing events, wow, I think it's really hard because I think it would just be whatever you see in your head, you know, whatever visions that you're actually happening in your head or whatever you're visualizing to just move forward. Just keep moving forward regardless of what. Because if you can see it, then it sounds cheesy, but you can be it, right? We actually, Emac and I wrote this song that's, you know, if you can see it, you can be it. And I really believe that because my mom kind of taught us that a long time ago. We used to dream and she always just told us like, listen, if you actually see it, you're dreaming about it and you can picture it, then you're forecasting what it could be. And I think full circle, whether it be friends or the young adults, and it's all about, you know, at least my contribution in being around the young adults is just making sure they have the opportunity to even understand that they can, like those things that they're seeing in their heads, and there's those ideas that they are actually possible. So over those years, that's what I've learned, and that's what I would pass down. And I think just stay humble. And I think most event producers are pretty humble because it's a lot of hard work, and you're really bringing you're creating an infrastructure and in an environment where people can enjoy themselves, and it's so much work, and then it happens and it's done and you're off to the next thing. Right? So and most of the times there's a high amount of stress as you're leading up to that. And so right, and so I think most event producers, especially when you get into the destination music events, like when you're going to these like locations, and I mean events in general, wherever local or not, are difficult. But when you start going to destinations and even the live events are, it's nerve wracking, and most of them are humble. Most people are humble because we've just gotten beat down by the details, you know, and the agenda that we're trying to put forth for people. So yeah, but be humble and surround yourself with people who lift you up. That's what I would say.
I love it. I love it. Yo, shout out to some people that I see tuning in here. KC Hallett, um,
Nice.
DJ Emmanuel, what's going on? We got Claudio, yo, Rhonda, what's up in the house? We got
Yeah.
Candy Marie, what's going on? Love. Mr. Car Gomez, fire, bringing it in.
Nice car from. Yeah, do you remember a car from Tulum? Yeah, in Playa. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
car and Sunlight. Actually, Sunlight Square is going to be the first artist right after our live stream that's gone. So it's going to be nice to see him. He's got a nice set put together. He always brings it, and I'm always looking forward to him. Emmanuel, Chicago, just beating down Chicago, Addict Fam. K-Civ, one of my favorite DJs, artists. Oh my goodness, you know. Yeah. I mean, I love our community. I really do. I think when you start traveling with friends and family, there's just something that opens up, and a lot of our friends we've been different places around the world, and it's so crazy to think about how quickly time moves, right? We're here. I mean, we've been, Miami, Mexico, Europe, Asia, Canada, like we've been all over in all the different seas, different parties, and just had amazing times, and we are still together, loving the music, loving our friendship, loving the family, the same as when we all first met. And that is just special.
I love it. So, Julius, let me ask you this for the people that are listening in. Maybe there's some first timers here, maybe there's some lifetimers here. You know what I'm saying? Um, how can people follow this week and Saturday, and where can they go for all that, Julius?
Yeah. So home base is the Casa Holiday, twitch.tv/Casa Holiday, right? And what we're doing with all of our live streams, because you're going to see a lot of live streams, and you're also going to see people that are contributing from all around the world, and we're supporting their channels as well. So we'll be rating their channels on Twitch. But then for all of our team projects and Saturday, you'll be able to tune into Your Passion First Facebook and YouTube. But the best way, and the best experience that you can get is to download Meetup Go. The access code is Mikasa, Micasa, okay? And because that's going to be the schedule, you're going to get all notifications. And most importantly, we have a pitch competition, and you're going to be able to vote for the young adults throughout the weekend. And then the finals is next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Okay? So you'll be able to do that. Also, there's other perks. We have all types of things that'll be coming up in the app, and you'll be able to also vote for one of the Dance Music Scene Awards, which is one of the projects that our young adults from Chicago, Brazil, South Africa have teamed up with one of the legendary Chicago promoters, Rhonda Flowers, here to present this awesome award show, which happens next Wednesday at 6 p.m. But again, if you download the app, access code Mikasa, lowercase Micasa, Meetup Go, you'll be able to tune in for the next 7 days, from DJs to to art, to comedy, to food, to all around the board. But Chris, tell us a little bit about the projects and the young adults, so that everyone kind of gets accustomed to, because we keep talking about pitch competition. Tell us a little bit about how you even came up with that part of it, and then about some of the pitches that are, or some of the categories and verticals that we'll be talking about, so people can get accustomed to.
Yeah, absolutely, man. What we were thinking when we first started the organization was, how do we meet young adults where they are and still educate them? A lot of kids look at education, man, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to read a book. I don't want to do that. I'm not saying there's not a lot out there that do like those things, but some of the hardest hit communities, that is not the majority of the kids' focus, unfortunately. And so we have to put that focus towards them in different ways, in more innovative and creative ways, where we're meeting them already where they are. So we wanted to look at what those areas are and then create project-based learning experiences around those. So we take our young adults within the arts, music, entertainment, sports, and culinary spaces, and they go through a series of workshops that culminates in these team projects that are going to come up that they're going to showcase. So they've had the opportunity to create with a number of different mentors and workshop facilitators. And you're going to hear from these young adults, right? I don't definitely don't want you to take my word. A lot of our young adults are going to be in this pitch competition. They pitch their videos. You're going to see them in the team projects and see the work that they put in. But man, they busted their butt for 7 months. And listen, this ain't one of those programs where everybody finished, right? Everybody has the opportunity to finish, and we don't kick anybody out. But man, it's almost like when you're in a job, you're gonna fire yourself at some point, right? If you ain't putting in the work, you're just gonna not show up, right? So, what the beauty is, the kids that showed up, you're gonna hear from them that that the leaps and bounds that not only mentally that they've grown in this past 7 months, but physically in terms of their networking, and their ability really to stay focused on what it is they're passionate about. So man, I'm super excited for them. I see we got my man Timothy Triplet coming in. What's going on, brother? But yeah, man, just excited to see these young adults come into their own as they grow into this world that can be so it can be so negative, especially during this pandemic and this civil rights movement that we have going on. To give them something to look forward to and some hope there, man, it's a beautiful thing. So
Absolutely. Tim Triplet, how are you? You're muted. It's all good.
Hey, brothers, how are you? How are you?
Doing pretty well. Thank you for dropping by. Timothy Triplet, for everyone who does not know, Tim is one of the just most loving, just spirit, like just bright sunshine guys that I've ever met. His smile lights up the room, as you can see right here. He's got the funky new glasses on, rocking White Sox Chicago. Thank you. And
Yeah.
sick DJ, great person, entrepreneur. And I thought that it would be great because Tim is such a just as Chris would say, a Casa Holiday lifer, one of the lifers that he got a chance to meet, and also an entrepreneur, and knows, so really knows firsthand what it takes to build a business and stay in business at the same time that you're loving life. So Tim, please share some words about following your passion and introduce yourself to the people.
All right. Well, I'm Timothy Triplet out of Chicago. Mikasa lifer, follower of many. Had a chance to meet Chris this past Casa Holiday in Tulum, Mexico. Brother, it was an honor to finally meet you, man. I'm so grateful for the work you're doing with the youth. I mean, it's so powerful, man. And I just hold space for you and commend you on all the work you're doing. With that being said, just taking a look back on how all these last year's virtual Your Passion First was the most amazing workshop I've ever seen that was continuous with all the young creative adults pushing their passion. And to see that going on during a pandemic, it gave me hope. I mean, it actually allowed me to reach back and find more of my passion. Actually, I found my inner child at the same time, where we were coming up, we didn't have all these things. We didn't have the instant, we're instantly we're in a society of instantaneous. I mean, as soon as we hit a button, we're in a social media. So I took a look at the things that the youth have and what we didn't have, and how we were kind of made to, hey, don't talk too loud. Hey, don't be this loud over here. Don't wear all these colors. And finally we've arrived where we can, voice our passion, show our passion. So just seeing how these young people are actually giving themselves permission to be who they are, it inspires me to keep my youthfulness and my playfulness and my passion and re-energize it, so to speak. So being in business, I am looking at other ways of being creative, be it through music, be it through the automotive industry, I mean, be it through, fashion, whatever it is, it's constant growth and it's constant elevation. And the thing about it, we don't need permission to do so. That's what I love about it. And these kids, they don't need permission. They don't need permission. And that's what I'll leave you with, your passion. You do not need permission.
Love that. Yeah. And, Chris, just so you know, Tim's in for your truck. I know you love your truck, and we talked about it. It's an extension of your personality. So if you want to really get those rims, Tim is the person that you could see about that, as you can see right there. And Tim, how long have you been in business?
I've been in business since 95.
95.
Since 95. I started in a garage and opened my first shop in Calumet City, and had my first life experience where some people say I failed. Well, failure is actually better than any lesson ever, because now you know how to go and do it again, but do it better. And so, yeah, since then I've been innovating and doing different things from a position I didn't even realize it was passion. I didn't even realize I had the passion to do things different. And I'll share this real quick. My first toy car, remote control car, got it for Christmas. I'm like, yeah, I had another car from the year before, and I wound up taking the wheels off of that one and putting it on the new one. I just decided to change it up because I wanted something different. This was at the age of maybe 8 or 9. Did not know that was the path that I was on in opening up my business, which is custom wheels, tires, and restyling, and doing 3-wheel trikes. So that's how it started, man. It was just a remote control car because I didn't like the little tires they put on them. I changed it up, and that's what I do.
Nice. And so just to kind of bring it full circle, your passion for cars and your passion for music, and with your introduction into the Casa Holiday family, for those who didn't know, how was that transition and how did that happen, and how does that play into kind of your current mentality and lifestyle and perspective?
Well, it literally, Mikasa changed my life. I'll just let that be known. It really has. And I didn't realize there was a passion for people, because all of a sudden I'm just like, wow, look at this person. Look at this person. Look at the light this person is shining. I didn't know that all these people can be in one area or one place in another country and just show up as authentic as they want to be, and, not have to hide and, judge or criticize. It was just the most liberating thing I've ever experienced. So my first Mikasa experience, I think I was like a first time being in kindergarten. How oh my gosh, I can't wait to go back. Man, let me start planning. Oh man, I got to tell my friends. From that, the family, Mikasa family, just grew and grew and grew, and we all identified as family. And literally to this day, it's family. So with all the many things that I love and the passion I have about it, I don't think I'm more passionate about anything when it comes to Mikasa and the people that are involved, because we show up. We show up in love, we show up in help, and we show up in our true, authentic selves every time, without a doubt. And I don't care if you're in Seattle, Washington, and you're just traveling and you say, hey, anybody in Seattle and Mikasa, you're going to hear from someone. Someone's gonna be like, hey, I got you over here. We're family. No matter where you go. Just left Las Vegas. There was Mikasa family there. It's just wherever you go. Mikasa has just reached beyond the mental. It has reached beyond what you think it is. I mean, it is truly a family of passionate people, and I'm gonna keep using that word, passion. It's passion. Just love
Right.
it.
Which is exactly why I thought it was such a glove fit from the very beginning. And one of the things that we're looking to do with the program, with Your Passion First, and you can talk a little bit about this, is for the young adults to be able to transition into not only just the national workforce, but the global workforce. And the idea of creating a bridge to where young adults can really start understanding that they can be anywhere in the world. And Chris, you can kind of speak a little bit about that and the importance of that and how that kind of came about as well.
Yeah.
That is probably, was that a question for me?
Oh,
or
no,
that,
go ahead. Yeah, you're good, Tim. Please do. Please do.
I'm sorry, I'm excited.
No, go ahead.
That was one of the biggest takeaways for me from last year's launch of Your Passion First through Casa Holiday. It was 24/7, 7 days a week. No matter where you were in the world, there was somebody there. And they were bringing you something to start your day, end your night, or keep your day going at a click of a button from another part of the world. And it's like, wow, you know. So knowing that this generation, the younger generation, experienced this without even like, dang, I wonder what it was like 10 years ago. We didn't have a lot of this. We couldn't just, you know, create music or art just by being on screen with each other. We didn't have that, you know. So that's the beauty, and that's the most powerful vehicle we have right now, is where we have the freedom to create and build and do things totally different, or what could almost be unheard of at one point in our lives, because we just didn't see that. So now the young people just have this wonderful opportunity every day to create and share and reach far reaches of this globe. It's so amazing to me. It really is.
Amazing. Let's see here. And so we are, let's see here. Wrong. That's not. A little bit nil on the skills. It's all good though.
See, you need one of the youngers. They would help you, man. They know how to do this, man. Just dial right in.
No, it's exactly. I'm learning on a regular basis. I brought my
we got Q4 and the professionals coming through Saturday, so no worries.
Yeah. They left it up to us amateurs. I'll call myself an amateur at this point. Well, cool. So Tim, thank you so much for stopping by. And Tim also is super passionate about food and has agreed to be on. Will you be able to see him talk a little bit about food this Sunday for the culinary recipe exchange, which is another project for our young adults. But Chris, tell us a little bit about the projects, and then I'm also going to bring in Queen Prophecy because she's the bomb. But yeah, tell us a little bit about that. And Tim, thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping by, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right, love. Man, so again, these young adults, since April, they've been going through a series of workshops literally every Sunday, which I say that with that, because it's been tough. It's been tough to stick it out. And they've been creating these team projects. And when we think of connecting young adults with, with other young adults, not just within their community, but outside their community, the important thing to know is that reach can extend as far as they want it to. And we wanted to loop in young adults from countries that could tie in to the cultures that we focus on right here on the west side of Chicago, right? Some of the most under-resourced communities. And that's the Hispanic and the African-American culture. And so we've looped in young adults from South Africa, as well as Brazil, keeping in mind that they do speak Portuguese in Brazil, not Spanish. But we wanted to pick a couple of cultures that really resonate with our young adults. And they've had that opportunity to work on these team projects. There's 5 team projects: Sneaker Freaks Expo, Dance Music Scene Awards, Recipe and Cooking Exchange, Digi Sport Talk, and then the Fashion of Art show. And so, man, just the work that they've put in and day out, man, it's been very inspiring to me, just to see how much when one person really wants something, what they're willing to push through to get to that. And so I just really commend them. Shout out to Julius, the Mad Thinker, and Queen Prophecy for being these young adults, and New Moon as well, and to everyone else, and Daniel, and there's been some people that have really been that backbone for these young adults. But at the end of the day, they've had to show up for themselves and put in that work. So excited for these team projects. Those will start showcasing on Sunday. The first one is at 10 a.m. Chicago time. And Julius, can you maybe tell a little bit more about that, and maybe what times the other ones are?
Yeah, so the team projects start on Sunday, just like you said, and it's basically 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Central. And it's sports. If you love sports, 10 a.m. If you love food, 12 p.m. And if you love fashion and art, 2 p.m. And all of this is tied together at such a time where we're all just kind of dealing with life and trying to work ourselves back to somewhat of a normal existence. And mental health plays a huge part of that. And I know that's a big part of the program. And one of the reasons I wanted to make sure that Queen Prophecy was on here, because this is her world, right? As a clinical professional, in a couple of minutes, because we're running out a little bit of time because I was super long-winded and I apologize. Shawna Williams, aka Queen Prophecy, because she's not only mental health, but she's also an artist, which is such an amazing combination, especially with dealing with and working with young adults. So can you tell us a little bit about Shawna, a little bit about yourself? I know it's speedster or whatnot. A little bit about yourself and how what you do works with young adults.
We live in a world where we're not really taught. Hi, everybody. My name is Shawna Williams. I am a clinician. I'm a therapist. I'm also a hip hop artist who started her own Insight in You consulting company for those that are dealing with mental health challenges. And so the reason why this piece is so imperative right now is because we're living in a world where we're dealing with lots of trauma, and trauma affects the brain. And so a lot of times when these youth are seeing the things that are happening in these under-resourced areas, and people know if you look at the research, wherever there's lack of resources and lack of jobs, you're going to see a lot of high crime, and our kids are facing a lot of crime every day, and how to get past that and not become what they're seeing. And so to do that, this piece is so important because it teaches you how to deal with those emotions, how to be more empowered to manage those emotions so that you're more in control and you can decide your fate versus letting your pain or letting the things that you've seen make your decisions. You become empowered to be a part of those decisions that you want to make in your life and in the communities that you want to live in. So basically, this gives you the power to be the change that you actually want to see.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we have a minute left. Chris, please.
I did good, y'all.
Yeah, you did amazing. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, wow, that was like scripted. No, thank you so much, Shawna, for sharing that. And I look forward to seeing you perform and your workshop this weekend. And also for the Dance Music Scene Awards hosting. Chris, but could you give us a little last words to just a little bit of inspiration and anything that anyone should know before we listen to upcoming Mr. Sunlight Square from the UK?
First off, love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. Always, man. Shout out to Pops up there too. Love you. What you can expect to this whole week is an opportunity to go into the app, like download the app. You're gonna hear us say that we are not getting paid to say that. I'm telling you to download the app because I want y'all to be able to vote on these kids. I want y'all to be able to engage with this community, comment, meet people that you've never met before, right? Communicate with people in this app. It's a dope app. So you'll see that when you go in there. Download the app, download the app, download the app. We have dope performances coming up on Saturday for young adults. But before that, you have an opportunity to hear from a ton of dope DJs and just artists in their own right. So please get in the app, see what's going on. For more information, if you haven't gotten into the app yet, you can always go to our social medias, both me, Casa Holiday, and Your Passion First. But the app is where the real experience is, and you'll really get an opportunity to have that. On Saturday, if you're here in Chicago, come on out, see these young adults and other artists from the community that are going to perform. Check out these workshops around entrepreneurship, art, poetry, music, all the good things, and just come out and have a good time. We got a DJ, a band, just good times, man. Free food starting at about 11:30, 12. And most importantly, well, not most importantly, it's all important, but we got this mental health panel, y'all, at 1 p.m. We got Shawna, aka Queen Prophecy, that's going to be moderating that. We got Bill Chicago that's going to be out with a couple people on that panel and some other professors that are just deep into this mental health space. A lot of times we don't have that opportunity to bring these young adults to the space. Well, we got the music, we got the food, we got some merch to come and get. So pop up. It's going to be a good time for sure. Excited for it.
Awesome. All right. So up next, we have Sunlight Square, and this is going to start the music portion of the night. It's Sunlight Square. Then we have a set from Eric Groove from Oakland. And then we have a very special set from a gentleman from the Casa Holiday family, the house music community worldwide, Mr. Paul Johnson. We have decided to re-air the last set that he ever played with us last year. And man, I really miss his spirit, his music, but most of all, he was just a really, really nice guy and was one of the biggest supporters of the house music community, producers, and represented Chicago so hardcore all over the world, and would just never ever let anything stop him. So especially I remember calling him and talking to him and asking him to do a set, and I told him all about Your Passion First, and he was like, man, for sure. If there's someone who understood, growing up as a young adult and following your passion and, carving away a lane for yourself, is Paul. And I miss him. I really, really do miss him. So we're going to have a set for him. And then we're closing the night out with one of our favorite dancers in the community, DJs, producers, super cool, Koflo from San Francisco. But thank you all for hanging out. Chris, thank you for sharing your energy. Love to little Noah, your son. Shawna, I look forward to speaking to you soon. And that is it. All right, guys. So,
all right. Download the app. Download the app.
Download the app. Here we go.
Yeah.
All righty. And there we go. All right, guys. Until soon.
Later.
I'm still on, and you're still on.
It's all good. Hey, Facebook, YouTube, we'll see you again Friday. Your Passion First. Download the app if you want to catch out some of this dope music between now and then. I'm sorry, Saturday. We'll be back online on Facebook and YouTube for the Workforce Readiness Festival. Man, until then, download the app, see some of these dope DJ sets.
All righty. Until soon.